Hello and welcome back to episode 7 of Take to the Skies, St Albans FC. We're back for the final 2 games of the season. We've got an outside chance of winning the title, but we are guaranteed in the playoffs. And we have unfortunately hit a bit of bad form going into these final 2 games. Just before we get into this, I just want to say if you are enjoying the new series, please do hit subscribe down below. The support over the last week has been great. Thank you very much for everything that we've had so far. Hit like, subscribe if you're enjoying it. Comment down below how you think the series is going to go. Any feedback and support is greatly appreciated. So, what we had last episode was we beat Concord and Hungerford. Since then, we then beat Dorking 2-0. We had a very, very late win against Tonbridge to win 1-0. Oxford, we drew 0-0 with before we beat bottom of the league Welling 2-0. Took a while to get the goals, but then it was a comfortable game. We just took a while to get the goals. We then drew 2-2 with Havant and Waterlooville, thanks to a late equaliser from them, which was quite disappointing. Dorchester Hamlet, we lost 2-1 in a game where we just did look a bit outclassed in that one. And then most recently, we drew 0-0 with Eastbourne Borough in a very boring game. If I'm being honest, nothing really happened. We're back today to play Maidstone and Bath in the final 2 games of the season. 7th place and 3rd place, so pretty tough last 2 games to end the season on. We were actually top a couple of games ago. If we look at past positions, we were top until the draw with Havant and Waterlooville. We have now dropped off the top. Ebbsfleet are playing Havant and Waterlooville today, and then they also play... Where are they? They play Dulwich Hamlet. So we need them to drop points. We need to win both our last games, or they need to lose them both for us to become champions. So I think most likely we're going to be in the playoffs. I assume the champions, get automatic promotion. So we're going to do our best to try and do so. Have a win for... If we lose both games, we could potentially finish 3rd or even lower because we've got all these guys on 67 points. But playoffs are guaranteed at least. I think we should be able to get 2nd with hopefully a win against Maidstone today. Let's go see if we can pull that off. And our lineup for today, we've got Davis in goal. We've got Harper, Mensah, Kozak and Sanders as the back 4. Wiltshire, Sundyer, Noble and Myring as the 4 in midfield. And then we've got Jeffers and Rush up front together. Let's see if we can get a win in this game today. Of course, we're going to be keeping an eye on Ebbsfleet to see if they slip up as well. If they do, it does open the door for us massively. But of course, they can just as easily slam the door shut. Although the first thing that has happened today, Havant and Waterlooville are leading against Ebbsfleet. We're going to demand more. We've got a chance here, as it stands, to nick top of the table. So hopefully we can get... Its first highlight seems to be for Maidenhead. And they've scored. So if we want top of the table, we're going to have to come from behind against Maidenhead United. Let's berate them. And we're going to have to start going more direct. It's not an ideal start, as I think Bath are also leading in their game, which adds to the concern, really. Because we play them final game of the season, of course. It puts them in touching distance of us. We've now got a free kick. Noble sends it in. Jefferson's in there. Jefferson's hit the post. And it's cleared to Noble, who sends it back in. Marku heads away this time. Noble's able to collect it on the right-hand side again. And then loses the ball to Embry. And hitting the post, that is devastatingly close there. Let's demand more. I'm looking at Myring coming off because he's having a poor game at the moment. We'll send Wiltshire out onto the left, I think. Noble with the corner sends it in. Myring's never winning that header, is he? Brown breaks away for Maidenhead here. And Kozak has missed the tackle, but then wins the ball back. And it plays Jeffers, who is going to bring the ball forward. Shoots from right. What a strike from Sean Jeffers! 1-1. That was incredible from Jeffers. He wants to finish top of the table. I was expecting him to pass it off to someone. When he shot, I thought, no chance. What a strike. And more importantly, Havant and Waterlooville are now 2-0 up. And now it's 2-2. Well, that dashed it a little bit there. We're going to send Gippins on for Harper at right back. And we're just going to have a quick look at our set pieces. From our corners. Apparently I haven't set this up correctly. We're going to send it to the near post where Jeffers can be there. And Kozak as well. And then we're going to make sure we've got a couple of guys back. And then we're going to do the same on this side as well. But that was a massive moment there from Jeffers. We've got 15 minutes to go. Let's fire them up. I think Ebbsfleet are now winning, actually. I think I've just seen Ebbsfleet are now winning, which really takes the wind out of the sails, particularly if Brown scores here. He doesn't, puts it wide. But we need a goal now. We're going to send a can on full Sundial in midfield. No, Ebbsfleet aren't winning. It's still 2-2. Noble with the corner here. Jeffers is attacking that near post. He doesn't get up though. It's cleared, but Noble collects it again. He looks in behind for Rush. And Rush has scored. It's 2-1 to St Albans. And we are going to go back and make sure we defend this lead with everything we've got now. We've come from behind against Maidenhead United to lead, thanks to an incredible goal from Jeffers, a great ball from Noble to find Rush, who gets his goal, and we've got a minute to hold on now. Kamjo finds Akabani, and the ball in. Oh no. Mensa's given away a penalty. And Akambi with a chance to score for Maidenhead steps up. That is sickening. And incredibly late on, we've lost it. That is absolutely heartbreaking. We're going to do what we can to try and do something about this, but that feels as though that has ended our hopes. And it is going to be full time. we end up dropping points after what felt like such a big moment in the season. What a comeback. Well, we drew. It wasn't a come. And rather devastating, we actually not closed the gap on Ebbsfleet, which means they're all but champions. We have all but secured second place, which is still a fantastic season for us, but how different it could be if that had gone our way. Let's go and see how we do against Bath. And so it's time for the final game of this first season of Take to the Skies. We have just a few changes here. McKenna coming in at centre-back. We also have Kaloshi in midfield instead of Sundyer. And then Watson on the left hand side of the midfield instead of Myring. We've reduced it down to just the one player on loan in the first 11 for this game, just to see how much I think we need to improve for next season. The one player, of course, being Rush up front. I'm hoping we can get him for another year, but that will be something that we have to find out about following the playoffs. It may even depend if we go up, then they might let us keep him for another year. They might want him playing at that level at the minimum. But we kick off this game against Bath. We're pretty much secure in second place. It's down to goal difference, and I think for us to catch Ebbsfleet, there needs to be an 11-goal swing between the two games, and for Slough behind us to catch us, there needs to be about an 11-goal swing that way as well. So it might be slightly less for Slough, although not a good start as Wilson finds the back of the net to open the scoring for Bath. We don't want to watch that again. Yeah, so Slough need quite the turnaround, and they're also losing, so... Oh dear. Dyer has scored to make it 2-0. And we're off to a terrible start. We don't want to watch this. Oh no. Don't do it again. The ball in towards the far post. It's nearly 3-0. And what's concerning is we're probably going to have to play Bath in the playoffs at some point if we're going to go all the way and get promoted. Then I imagine we play Bath at some point. Kozak finds Noble. He plays it through for Watson, who brings it inside, finds Noble and plays it out to Harper on the right-hand side. He plays through Wiltshire. Back to Harper. Drills it in low. Watson makes it 2-1. Just before half-time, we get 1 foot back in the game. Fantastic bit of play here from Harper. Finds Wiltshire, who plays back to Harper. Low cross along the floor. And Watson powers it past Gregory in goal. And we are back in it. We've got 45 minutes now to try and get a equaliser and preferably a winner. Out of interest, Ebbsfleet, how are they getting on? We can't actually see. No, we can't. They're 1-0 up against Dulwich Hamlet, so we can't even finish on level on points with them, unfortunately. Harper plays it into Jeffords, back to Koloski. Harper with the long ball into the far post. Watson is at the far post, and that is 2-2. Either side of half-time, we get a goal that puts us right back in with a chance to win this game. Fantastic ball again from Harper there, who has really come into his own as a right back. And it's been fantastic to see him. We've often had the overlap on the right instruction on because he's going forward. He's so good. And a long ball from Davies has found Rush. Oh, and forces Gregory into the save. Let's fire them up. They look well up for it. Funnily enough, since we changed from attacking to balanced, is when the change seems to have come in. corner doesn't quite amount to anything, but we are looking impressive now. And we're going to encourage the team. It's a free kick for Bath now. Smith is stood over it and finds the top corner. Well, that takes the wind out of our sails a little bit. We'll bring... You know what? No, we're going to bring Scott on for Rush, so they can both get their little moment of applause and appreciation. And so can Sweeney coming on for Sanders for the last 25 minutes, and maybe those two changes can make a difference as well. Jeffers plays it back to McKenna, who plays it out to the left-hand side. Sanders finds Watson, who's going to bring it inside, plays it to Noble, who goes back to Watson, out to Sanders. He exchanges the ball with Noble a couple of times. And now Noble plays it to Rush, who finds Jeffers, plays it through for Wiltshire, who's got a chance for cross. It breaks to Harper, who sends it in, and Rush nearly gets his header on target. One thing I am very conscious of is Noble is getting quite old. His stats have dropped quite a bit this year. He started the season really strong, and he's just kind of... He's been inconsistent since then, which I think might be down to just fitness. I think he's 34, maybe 35 now. Harper with the ball in. Scott makes it 3-3, and we are having a goal fest to end the season, and it is fantastic for both sets of fans so far. I don't think either team's fans will really complain about the result of this game. And to be fair, for us as well, it doesn't matter. We're not changing position, so why not have a bit of a goals fest? Ball in behind us, found Jeffers. He tries to get the cross in, bounces to Wiltshire. Scott with a shot, and he can't get it off. So final change for today, we've brought Sundial on for Koloski in midfield, and Noble nearly finding Scott at the far post there. They're probably the two that I want to keep on loan most for next year, would be Scott and Rush. I think those two have been very good up front, and of course, a year of development, they're only going to get better. We are approaching the full-time whistle now and confirming our place officially in second place. It was a case of it would have been a massive shock for us to not have finished second going into this game. Absolutely with a late goal there. And Scott is in behind, forces Gregory into a save. A very good save. Jeffers now on the ball. He tries to find Noble at the edge, but it's intercepted. And Conway now plays it to Wilson. James Smith, very good passing from Bath so far. It's to Evans at right back. He plays it inside to Wilson. Sweeney makes a mistake. Misses the ball. And gives Wilson a chance to turn and score. I mean, that's poor from Sweeney there, if I'm being honest. And Sweeney at the last minute costing us a goal and costing us the game. So we're going to tell them unlucky. Can I tell Sweeney off for that goal? I'm going to. And I'm also going to actually tell Noble that I'm not happy with his performance, because I don't think he had a great game. But there we are. Second place in the league. I almost think it does us a favour, because if we lose out in the playoffs, I don't think it does us any harm to have another year in this division. As much as we're going to do our best to get promoted, of course we are. I'm not going to be unhappy. Either way, it's been a fantastic season. And I think next year we can really push on and probably have a team more ready to go into the National League. But let's go and see who we're going to be playing in the playoffs tomorrow. So I can confirm, in the episode tomorrow, in the playoff semi-finals, we will be playing either Dartford or Chelmsford. So it's the teams finishing 7th or 4th. And then if we can win that, we'll play one of Bath, Slough or Maidstone in the playoff final. And that will all be in tomorrow's episode. If you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below. Comment what you think is going to happen in the playoff semi-finals and potentially final for us. And subscribe if you are enjoying the series. Turn the notification bells on. You don't want to miss tomorrow's episode. It's going to be a big one. Thank you very much for watching.